What's going on, y'all? Today we're going to be doing a speed build and review of LEGO set 75401, Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor. It's an 8+ set, has 290 pieces, and the set comes with 2 minifigs and a droid build. You got Ahsoka Tano, Anakin Skywalker, and then R7A7. Things I like about the set before we even get into the build: the minifigures are fantastic. This is one of my favorite looks to get for Anakin. And having a young dual light green saber, Ahsoka is a fun addition to my oldest Rebel version from set 75158. So, the one negative I see with this set so far, obviously, is the Star Wars premium. We tend to get, with LEGO in general, the set is $44.99, which comes out to almost 16 cents per piece, which is steep, considering if you look at another popular IP like Marvel, piece count comes out to $37.99, making it only 13 cents per piece, which is, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're looking at a per piece value, like for a lot of LEGO sets, you're wanting to sit around 10 to 11 cents per piece. So even with the IP markup, this is still a pretty expensive set for a lot of people that just want a really cool LEGO set with 2 of their favorite characters. So now that we kind of got the basics out of the way, let's do our quick speed build, and I'll be back after with the full review. Alright, and as we finish up here, we are about to get this on the turntable, and see that the shooters go underneath, Ahsoka goes in the cockpit, and then her lightsabers can clip on underneath. And yeah, overall, it's a really nice build. I liked it. So, now, we have it built. Here's my thoughts. We'll start with the rating system. So it's basically how many points out of 20, right? So you're gonna get 5 points for your displayability, 5 points for playability, and then 5 points for difficulty of the build and the build experience together, and then price versus quality. When I talk about price versus quality, I'm talking about piece count, minifigs, stickers versus prints, etc. Right? So overall, displayability, it's pretty nice. I think that you would probably have to get a shelf or at least a stand for it to really, shine, whether you want to put it sideways or whether you want to put it, flat. So you got the kickouts here that are stickered, not printed, and then the stickers on the bottom as well. The cockpit and the front are both printed pieces. They are the only printed pieces with the set. Everything else is stickers, including these right here on the sides, which were a little bit difficult to get on, not too bad. In the video, you can see I use a technique where I put the sticker on the edge of the brick separator. I find that really helps for placement. Most of the time I can get a pretty good placement. I'd say on this one, out of 10 stickers, 9 out of 10 were pretty solid. So yeah, but for displayability, I give it a 4 out of 5, right? You need to add extra pieces if you're going to have it higher up or tilted. So for displayability, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. And then for playability, I mean, you got the opening feature, you got these here, you got a set here for the droid to sit in. Then you got your driver's cockpit here, pretty small. It'll fit Ahsoka, not Anakin. And then you have the spring-loaded shooters at the bottom there. And luckily that didn't shoot at the camera, but you get the deal, right? The gist overall. Playability, you know, it's Lego, right? 5 out of 5. This thing is made for you to go zoom, and then it's made for you to shoot the lasers. Oops. At your minifigs or other ships, whatever you're doing for your mock. So I give that a 5 out of 5. The next thing would be difficulty of the build and the experience. Let me tell you, if you watch the video of me building this, I struggled a bit on the wings. So when they said the wings were a little difficult, I understand where that was coming from. I don't know if it was the fact that I was trying to film, make sure I had this centered, and, you know, build the wings at the same time while reading the directions. I think that could be a little bit it. I think there was a little bit of me rushing, trying to get it done, and not really taking the time with the wings in general because I was on a tight schedule. So I think that for difficulty of the build for an 8+ set, it wasn't super difficult, right? But it was a little harder than usual. So the way this one would work is you want a higher score for ease of build and fun. A lower score means difficult, not as fun. I give it in the middle. I think it's a 3. Once you get under it, once you get kind of a better idea of how it works better. I did notice though, because of the way the wings set, the second wing was much easier to build than the first wing. And that comes down to really, one, you already built one, but two, the directions. The directions were a little bit different in the instructions for the second wing than the first wing. And I liked the way that the second wing was built better than the first one. It made less room for error. So that's where I give it, right in the middle. 3 out of 5. Not crazy, not awful, not as tedious as, say, building the Daily Bugle, right? That was so many window panes. The Daily Bugle was really fun to build the rooms, but once you got to the windows, it kind of took a tilt. So next up we have price versus quality, right? So you get 3 minifigs and the ship. Well, 2 minifigs, a droid, and the ship, right? Star Wars Premium, that's where you're looking at. You know it. We all know it. If you buy Star Wars Legos, you're gonna pay more for the Star Wars brand than you are for anything else. And so, really, it comes up to you. Personally, I bought it. I love Anakin and Ahsoka. They're 2 of my favorite characters. But I also waited until it was double points. So my recommendation is 1, wait for the sale. 2, wait till double points again. Or 3, go to Walmart or, you know, any other box retailer and check the clearance section every now and then. My Walmart has a ton of clearance all the time. And the Lego sets kind of vary. Some of them are huge, some of them are tiny, some of them are Friends, some of them are Star Wars, Marvel, Minecraft. I don't think I've seen much Minecraft, but you know what I mean. Like, just check your retailers. I did see recently on Reddit, someone who works at Five Below did say that Five Below is going to be getting some Lego sets for their Beyond section, which means that we're probably looking at those $30 and below Lego sets for that. But in an overall score, if I didn't give it the score, I give it a 2 out of 5, honestly. Like, the piece count versus, it's just, you're paying $15 extra compared to another set. Like, any other set, you could probably get more pieces for the same price. So 2 on this one, honestly. So when we're looking at a score for this one, we're looking at about 14 out of 20 when we look at, you know, all of these things put together. So 14 out of 20 or 70 out of 100 if we were going to go that route. So 70, C plus set, or well, C set, which is pretty good. I do recommend it. I mostly recommend it if you love Star Wars and you love Anakin and you love Ahsoka and you love the Clone Wars and you just really enjoy the way the ship looks. If you're going to display it or if you're going to play with it, I do recommend it in a Star Wars collector. Anyone else? Wait. Honestly, just wait. The ship, it's really small. It's 3 bags. It goes by quick. There's 10 stickers, which again, for the price point, that's a little hefty. I'm not a super big fan. 10 stickers versus 2 printed, come on. You know the set. You know the Star Wars fans. I'm sure that there's reasons you could reuse the pieces, especially the bottom stickers on the white here. You could use that on just about anything. So, yeah. I do recommend it for Star Wars fans, for collectors. Again, everyone else, ask for it for Christmas. Wait it out until it's on sale. Keep those eyes open for other things. But yeah, that's my review. Hey, I appreciate y'all. The giveaways are going on TikTok and on YouTube. We're getting there, slowly but surely, climbing up. I know on YouTube there is a limit. Once we hit 500. On TikTok, we're probably looking at once we hit 1,000. So 1,000 followers on TikTok, 500 subscribers on YouTube will be the first giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway, 1 on YouTube and 1 on TikTok. So there will be 2 giveaways. They're not going to be just one giveaway for both. And the items or item, depending, is going to come down to kind of a group vote. We'll put out a poll beforehand when we're close, and we'll see kind of what the general consensus is, whether that's anything from Steam gift card to actual sets, or maybe you saw something that we unboxed that you really liked and you wanted your own. We'd be willing to go that road too. So yeah, other than that, again, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Peace.